Instant live. We are on the air. Let me go here and there we go. I got studio up and running. We are on studio.
Yeah, I guess we would be live.
Yeah, guess we are. Yeah. Well, I finally figured out how to you know when you bring up the studio and you're doing a live stream, so you see all the metrics in the chat.
Yeah.
I finally figured out how to do that. I was like, oh, okay, here, yeah, you know. And then I got the live chat right here, so I can get to it and all that good jazz. So, I don't know why it took me this long to figure this out, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get back here. Okay, so hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. You guys know it's Boule the Dawn, and ladies and gentlemen, who's that? Who is that? Who is that?
They probably can't see me because of my bad lighting. Sorry, folks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from somewhere in sunny Florida, it's Mr. Gen X Collectibles, and he's back on the air. Good evening, brother. How you doing?
I'm tired still, but doing well. Long drive.
It was a long drive. He left earlier this weekend, and one of the night during the night, I actually called him, and we were like on the phone talking to each other as he was driving. Literally, is it okay for me to share?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So I got on the phone with him somewhere just the Tennessee Georgia state line. Stayed on with them, and he made a couple of rest stops, of course. And then all the way, what?
A couple? More than a couple.
And then
I did go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, through Atlanta. Yeah, he stopped at Buc-ee's and got a
chopped prime rib sandwich.
I got to follow up on that real quick. But he drove through Georgia, and then something exciting happened while he was driving through Georgia. And then he got across the Florida state line, and then it was time to go to bed. So it was a lot of fun. Him and I got a chance to catch up during his drive. So it was a lot of fun. And I'll let him share the exciting incident while he was driving through Atlanta. Anyway, let's go to the chat real quick. Brother Polly Buck, what is up? How you doing? I know you're a busy man. You are out helping people. They just had some storms go through his area recently, and Polly Buck's doing what he does best, and certainly helping people is part of what he does. So thank you for what you do, Polly. Appreciate it. And we got Dale M. Good evening. Hey, thanks for joining us this evening. Thank you for being here. And we got, let me use the bottom part. See, I'm turning my head up so I can, I still have getting used to these transition lenses, you know? And it's like, I have to literally, oh, what a pain, but it is what it is. So, is it David Carlisle? Well, David, good evening. Thank you for joining us. And
yeah, Carlisle. I would say Carlisle.
Carlisle, okay. And we got Miss Brown Sugar 0069. Right. Okay, that was a little tease. Yeah, I gotta get recording. And who else we got? Cooking in a mo? Kokomo? Is it Kokomo or? Well, hey chef, how you doing? Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Cooking in a mo.
Cooking in a mo, not to be confused with enema.
Yep.
Bad humor.
Carlisle. Okay.
Bad humor. Who else we got? We caught up? Carlisle. So. Okay. We will do that, David. Mr. Carlisle. Outstanding. So, hey, thanks everybody for joining us this evening. And I was kind of hoping, you know, he would make a guest appearance tonight because we haven't seen him in a while. And so I am grateful you're here. I mean, a lot of people do, live stream solo and stuff, but it's really easier to have somebody to hear to bounce ideas off of and things like that.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah. I appreciate you being here. I know you still need to rest and recuperate and everything, but I really, really do appreciate you being here. So before we get too far into it, tell everybody the exciting story of Atlanta. Talk about Buc-ee's, whichever one, or both.
Well, I was driving through Atlanta and talking to the Don, and this motorcycle blows by me well over 100 miles an hour. And I was just getting ready to say to him, "Holy cow, that motorcycle is flat flying." When on his, go ahead.
No, he didn't say "Holy cow."
Yeah.
On
his tail, as best as they could, was some of Atlanta's finest in a police cruiser trying to catch up. There was a couple of them. And I was still outside of downtown, but we were coming into the curves. If you're on 75, you know what I'm talking about, where you're curving in and you go downtown. And I could just see over the overpass, and the motorcyclist had gotten off the highway and the cops were in hot pursuit, chasing him in the streets of downtown Atlanta. So I checked the news and I didn't see anything on it. So apparently he didn't crash or die, but
so
crazy.
Yeah, so everybody keep an eye out for like what's that show, Cops or
Cops or Live PD or something like that. I thought
see if they have Atlanta PD on there, because you might see you might see Gen X in this car driving, standing still while the speed sport bike, and I'm not going to say the other, what's everybody calls it, goes zooming by.
I'm telling you, he was flat out flying.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, it's your Indiana or Hoosier Stacker.
Hey, Hoosier.
What's up, Hoosier? And he had his last night. He had his season bingo season finale, and it looked like a really good turnout. I popped in for a little bit, say hi, and say hello and good evening to the folks. And unfortunately, I didn't have any cannolis since I haven't been baking in a while, so I couldn't hand out some late night snacking cannolis for everyone. But hopefully, you had a good show last night, Hoosier. And so when you do like an end of a season, I guess how does that work for you, Hoosier? You like done with bingo, going to take a break, like go on vacation or something like that, and then you pick up like the next season, as you call it, for bingo? I'm just curious. Oh, okay. Yep. Roger that. Bingo break for the Hoosiers. Who is that? Who is the announcer guy who does that for Indiana, for the University of Indiana? You have any idea?
I do not.
No. I don't know. Does he still do it? Because I don't follow their basketball or football or whatever. But I just saw him like I was watching a video about a cappella group they were students at the University of Indiana, and they did a homecoming concert at the school, and this guy came out to introduce the a cappella band, and he did the little Indiana Hoosier, So I was just curious about that.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Ramno here.
Hey, Ramno.
How you doing? Good evening. Thanks for joining us, friend.
Yes, good to see you, sir.
And we have Wally's Train and
Wally's Trains. Yep.
Wally, what's going on? Good evening. Thanks for joining us. So I want to share one thing real quick about the Buc-ee's. So he was making, he so when he pulled, he's like, he was talking about, yeah, there's Buc-ee's all over the place, right? And he was like, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna stop in and get me a brisket sandwich. I'm like, what? And sure enough, I think I still have it. Hold on, this is great. Nope, nope. Yep, and there it is. Yep, he actually bought a chopped brisket sandwich. It's like, ugh.
It was good too.
Yeah, I bet it was. But come to so the chief of security and I, we went out to the dog park this morning, before everything got hot, and really nice crowd out there. Actually, he's about 6 or 7 fellow chief of securities out there, and he had a good time. They were all like, everybody got along, and they were having a good time. And there was a couple of guys that were talking. They were talking about like truck stops and all that jazz. And I brought up, hey, my friend was driving to Florida. He stopped at a Buc-ee's, and they're like, oh yeah, we got one in Athens, which is about 30-minute ish drive from my house. And it's a brand new Buc-ee's. It's they just finished building it late last year. And the guys were looking at me like, you don't know, you didn't know we opened it or it opened? I was like, oh, I had no clue. So and it's supposed to be one of the big super stops, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it has yeah, they told me they got a restaurant, they got a movie theater, they got the like showers and individual like little mini hotel rooms, and the shopping area is they said it was huge. You can go in there and buy bait for your deer trap to fishing lures, and of course the Buc-ee merchandise, and there was like even some like tractor supply stuff. I was just like, are you crazy?
Yeah, they're building one about 15 miles from where I am at, and it's supposed to be, I believe, the largest one ever.
So I was
They're just breaking ground on it, so it'll be a while.
so I was telling the guys, it's like, my buddy, stopped it once, so this week I'm gonna drive over there and get me a chopped brisket sandwich and try it out.
They got the brisket, they got pulled pork, they've also got sliced brisket sandwiches, but I like the chop. It was a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it'd probably be a little easier to enjoy. Yep, bang. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where am I? Ooh.
So my first 48 hours or whatever in Florida, and I'm already under a tropical storm watch for that hurricane that's forming. So
yeah,
that's the only thing that I haven't been through. I've been through tornadoes, I've been through water spouts, been through blizzards, been through the Arctic blasts and all that kind of fun stuff. So
earthquake.
Earthquake, yep.
Because some of the places you traveled overseas, I bet you had at least one earthquake.
Yes, there's actually been a couple in Michigan. Nothing major. We had a small one, I don't know, 10 years ago. But about 30 years ago, there was one a little bit more major, but it was actually down in Ohio, and we could feel it where I was at that time in the state. And but nothing like California earthquakes. And I felt some tremors in Asia, but nothing severe. But technically, I have been through an earthquake.
So welcome to Florida. Welcome to the South here and the world of hurricanes. Yeah, and it's funny because you say you finally got your home, right? And same thing happened to me with this place. I closed on it in late March 2011, and then less than 3 weeks later, we had the April 2011 storms that came through here, and was very devastating across pretty much the whole state of Alabama. And we lost power where I live for about 2 weeks. And I was just like, I just closed on this place.
And I haven't had a chance to get a generator or anything yet. Then all my furniture and stuff has not arrived yet,
Yeah.
nor has my wife. So
So he's living as a bachelor right now,
I'm living
folks.
as a bachelor for a while. But what I was going to order this week was my generator and get all that set up with the electrician and stuff. It's going to be a whole house generator.
Yeah.
And so I'm, preparing as best I can without a generator. If we lose power, we lose power. There's nothing I can do. But I brought a freezer full of meat from home, from the cow that we buy every year. And I'm going to be very upset if we have lose power for a length of time, but I got to make an insurance claim on a quarter of a cow. Actually, I won't make a claim. I'll just have to eat it because, to write it off, because I don't want to claim if that's the only thing that happens.
Well, you got a grill or something?
No, all that stuff is still up north, but my stove is gas.
Okay. Do you have
But
some pots and pans?
I can't. Yeah, but I can't. I guess I could cook 100 some pounds of meat up.
Hey, Aunt Laura, thanks for joining us. Oh boy, so when's that thing due?
Not for a month.
No. The hurricane.
The outer bands are supposed to start hitting Tuesday night.
Oh, lovely.
And Wednesday, depending on. I mean, I've got the Weather Channel on right now, but
yeah,
it looks like it's going to be Wednesday. But they still don't know exactly where. It's still too far out, for how strong it's going to be.
Yeah.
But it's saying probably anywhere between Tampa and Panama City. That narrows it down. But again, it's 3 days out, so it's too soon to make.
Yeah, it's way too soon. Yeah. I mean, they've gotten better and better about forecasting, but still, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, they don't. It all depends.
Yeah, we're still a long way from being able to, perfectly predict hurricanes. Honestly, it's not going to happen in my lifetime for sure. And Mr. MJ Boudreau, good evening, good sir. Yeah, and folks, if you haven't checked the description for tonight's live stream, this show is dedicated to Mr. MJ Boudreau, and in a nutshell, and we'll get to it a little bit later in the stream. He pokes fun at me. And I loved it. It was so awesome. And he's given me permission. We're gonna see his handiwork, and it's gonna shed some light. Oh, play on words. Shed some light on a certain little coin we've been talking about for the last week. And if you could just hold on for 1 second, somebody wants to say hello.
Okay. Rimno, I'll answer your question. No, I'm in north central Florida. So I am not on the coast. I'm kind of like smack dab in the middle. So we'll see. The only thing, I mean, yeah, you're in Florida, I'm bound to get this kind of weather. The only thing with being where I'm located, I don't have to worry about storm surge or something, anything like that. It's just wind and rain. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Huh? Everybody can't quite see him. There he is. Hi, everybody. You want some attention? You normally don't bring me this. What's up with that? Huh? Here you go. Okay. Anyway. Huh? No, we don't play fetch in the house.
What's the famous quote? Mom always says, "Don't play ball in the house."
That's right. So if you're gonna hear some periodic squeaking, that's the well, according to his union contract, he's supposed to be, on the channel, in a video or something. We still haven't negotiated the overall time, but yes, he is by contract supposed to be on the air or in videos, on a regular basis.
So
You're gonna see a little.
the compensation's been figured out, just not how much airtime he's going to get.
Yeah, exactly. We're still negotiating the airtime part of his contract. Oh, yeah, yeah. If the views I get from like doing stuff with him, yeah, it's no longer going to be the Department of Numismatic. It's just going to be, I'm going to change the channel to all about Marty.
Yeah, that could work too.
Yeah. Hey, did we have someone else join us here in the chat?
Aunt Laura.
Aunt Laura, right? Okay, yeah, Aunt Laura. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. And okay,
And Mr. Ramo made me feel warm and fuzzy, saying that I'm in Hurricane Alley.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're in Hurricane Alley. I'm in Tornado Alley.
Yeah, we get those down here too.
So it's like pick your poison kind of thing. What did it say here? I'm in Tampa and I'm used to evacuate inland right in the middle of the excitement. I head closer to the coast in what is that?
Pinellas?
Pinellas?
Yeah, I don't know.
I assume that's a part of Florida somewhere.
I would assume it's going to take me a little bit after spending my entire life in Michigan. It's going to take me a while before I learn how to pronounce cities and know where they're at. Yeah, I know where Kennedy Space Center's at. I know where Orlando's at. I know where Miami is at. I know where Tallahassee's at. And Tampa. And the Keys.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Oh, speaking of Florida, did they post the fun show info yet? Is that it?
I haven't received any information.
Okay.
However, there was a magazine that did show up at the house, which I don't understand because I had my mail forwarded, but I didn't even think about my wife keeping it or taking a quick look through it. I'll check the website, but I haven't seen anything posted yet. But it should be any.
It should be any time now because we're what? Like
it's 4 months away.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like
so
5 months.
January. What, 7th or something like that?
Yeah. So yeah, I need to know so I can hurry up and book my room and put in my time slip whatever to.
Yeah, your PTO.
Yeah, my PTO request. Hurry up and get it in now. So hopefully I won't have a repeat of what happened earlier this year.
Well, I know it's listed as far as the dates are concerned. And I'm sure that the hotels are the same.
Yeah.
But based on the experience that I had, I would rather be at the hotel that I was at last year than the primary hotel, which some people were at, which was actually across the street. So I'm going to stay at the same place.
Yeah. Oh, so the one that we booked originally it's
still a walk. I mean, it's still, you still got to take, but it's beaten going across the street.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus it has that really nice steakhouse I promised somebody a certain meal.
Yeah, you better make it this year. I want a steak.
Yeah, I better bring a couple $100 because knowing him, he's going to be like, yeah, I want the porterhouse with the grilled shrimp. And,
I'll just take a. Yeah, we'll see what's on the. We'll see what's on the menu.
Hey, Andy, Mr. Resnick. Good evening.
Hey,
Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. So, okay, we're gonna jump into this. Oh, wait. There's a little bit of news here. User says we'll be back in Orlando for the fun show. So you're this next one in January. You're gonna be there, Hoosier. That'd be awesome. So cool. I get to meet you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah. So since you've been kind of, out of the loop, the big move and, and packing and, getting your, things in order and transfer, blah, 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 So
Yep.
what's your take on this whole, uh, you know, espers from the mint for the, Morgan, but more specifically to the piece? I mean, you've probably seen, the videos that a lot of people's put out there about,
Yep.
what's going on. So, I'm curious to know what your opinion is on that, on this.
Well, I've been following along and watching stuff. I watched your stream last week, and I've watched several of the follow-up videos. My initial impression is the same thing that I said from the beginning. I think they made too many of them. I think 400,000 was too much.
Yeah, way too
Um,
much.
but everybody that wants one, they're going to get one. But the only ones that really hurts is the flippers, and frankly, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other on flippers. If you're a flipper and you make money, great. And if you don't, that's fine too. I don't care. I found it interesting because the first thing that I noticed when I got my subscription or enrollment or whatever they call them now,
Mhm.
is that I had that ring and I couldn't figure out if it was good or bad because on many of the forums or a couple of the forums that I frequent, people were complaining and sending those coins back saying it
Yeah.
was something wrong with the coin. And then I saw your video last week and then the follow-up videos, and I thought, that's very interesting. So, I mean, I had my thoughts on it when you were showing it and explaining it. But the whole thing's interesting. I think that we've talked briefly about it, and I can get into more detail, but I want to wait until after you present some information that you're going to share.
Yeah, we're gonna wait just a little bit longer. Mr. MJ, I believe you're here. For those that just recently joined us, this evening's show is dedicated to Mr. MJ Boudreau, and he made a really excellent video with respect to this Halo. Oh, I'm glad I used that word because it's catching on. A lot of people, a lot of the, especially even the big channels, they're starting to use that.
Yeah.
So I'm the one who started that.
Well, I find it interesting with the halo was one factor. What I didn't know until I
Mhm.
saw the video and the follow-ups was the details in the hair.
Mhm.
So my stuff is still packed in boxes. I'm still going through some of it.
Yeah.
But once I do find that box, because I left my loops and all my studio stuff here,
Yeah.
so I couldn't check it out back in Michigan. But once I get it, then I'll take a closer look at it. But it does have the quote unquote halo effect. But I do want to take a look at the hair.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was using your advice, and I got where the microscope is. I got its light is completely off. I got a white sheet of paper to my right. Microscope's here in the center, and then to this side, if you can see my hand, I took another white sheet of paper and kind of mounted it, vertically like a wall. So I was playing with this before the show, and I changed out my life from the fluorescent type to this LED, um, uh, bright light. What was it again? The
Daylight.
daylight. Thank you, to this daylight, and I was playing with it, before the show, trying to get it to
Well, I could right there. You can see it.
yeah.
But it looks like your white balance is off because it looks like it's got a pinkish hue.
Yeah, yeah. Is that an OBS thing, or it's just the limitations of the microscope?
It could be the limitations to the microscope because I don't know if you
Okay.
can adjust
No, the only thing I can
the
adjust is the
temperature.
light on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the way, those what I I just noticed those when I started this, those vertical, like those are scratches on the slab. Trust me, they're on the slab.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I was trying, but
Better,
but at
you can
least
see it
this
there.
light, yeah, it's there. Yeah, I
Yep.
mean,
It's just the coin looks a little pink.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit better, but I mean, it's
At least it's not getting washed out. Just
no, yeah, yeah. But to talk about what you were mentioning, put aside the halo ring thing. Yeah, well, I'll keep using this light, so maybe we can. Let me see if I can just get it just right. There we go. Let me focus a little bit. Oop, sorry. So, is that pretty good?
that looks like it's in focus from what I
Yeah,
can see.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, the definitely, put aside the whole Halo ring what thing. Definitely, the I think we all across the community concur that if you want to, see if your raw coin from the mint is, potentially a possible 70, really look at the hair, because that's really going to tell you the difference. When we did when we did the stream and I did my follow up, I got pictures, again,
Yep. Yep.
never mind the halo thing, just looking straight at this area of her hair, you could see this one. Yeah, I got to play with the lighting, but you could see the details and all the different, bunches of hair and then the waves, and you could see the depth, of the different layers of hair, to kind of give it,
Yeah, there's some separation and some
mhm.
different there's a texture quality to it
Yeah,
as opposed
and
to a flat surface.
if you just give me one moment, what I will do is here is the one raw that I did buy. If I can get the wow, they really like made it so that the COA card like really sticks in there. So got to use like a little flat like ruler to gently jar
Yeah,
that in place.
just rip it out and bend it. It doesn't matter.
Oh hush! And then I might need to go to the LED light or
Yeah,
on the
you
camera.
might have to. I don't
Yeah,
think it's getting enough light because it's
yeah,
getting some blinds too.
yeah. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is the raw that I have, and definitely get a little pointer here. Right, especially right in here. It's kind of the detail isn't quite there. Yeah, you see some of the ends of the strands, but
Yeah,
especially what we
it
noticed.
doesn't look like the 70, that's for sure.
Yeah, I got the picture up here on the screen too, but if we go back, I mean, night and day.
Yeah, it's almost like the accented hair for the 64 Kennedy. It once you know what you're looking for, it jumps out at you.
Yeah. So that's definitely this is a better indicator whether or not if your coin has a potential to be an MS70, because really they're going to look at that. Would you agree, Mr. X? Because um, that's the real what details. It's where
Yeah,
the
yeah,
real the higher the ultra cameo is made. Is in the details. In the hair and the crown. So that's what
yeah.
in my opinion. But again, I don't know the whole grading process. I would actually, if at the fun show, if they had like a class on grading or something, either hosted by NGC or PCGS, I would love to go to that so I can learn these things, you know.
I
Because
believe,
if you handed me a coin right now and said, "Hey, what grade it is?" I would be like, "Argh, I have no idea."
yeah, I can't tell you either unless I look at photo grade or, a true view and
Yeah,
compare it.
that's the
Um,
that's my slab, and then go back to the raw one that I got, and yeah, day and night,
yeah.
definitely day and night. So anyway, let me switch back to full screen mode, and there we go. So bring that back. Get that, oh, and by the way, using the daylight uh in my lamp, yeah, that makes a world of difference. I know it's a little washing out here. Let me get it back to where it was. But yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely that helps. And once I get the, the vertical light pedestal that I ordered, once it comes in, and it I got another one of these lights, but it's a higher wattage, and that pedestal can handle it. You'll be able to, flood this view with daylight, and
Yeah, I've
that way
got
it
one right
doesn't.
there, but I can't get the dang thing to work.
What's that?
I've got one right there, but I can't get it to work.
Oh, what? Where's it run off? Does it run off of the wall, or you got to run it from a
No,
USB port?
it's a key light. I just haven't. I plugged everything in, just figured it'd be back in my Stream Deck, and I would turn it on and off with that, and my Stream Deck got wiped somehow. So, yeah, and I'm using my laptop as well. So
So,
it's okay.
one, okay, just to kind of digress really quick, and excuse me for a moment. Um, Before I ask the question, just remind folks we are not financial advisors or analysts or anything related to that. So, for any financial things you're going to do, please seek a professional who's licensed, certified, bonded, whatever the laws are in your state for your financial needs related to that. So what we are expressing is our opinion and our opinion only. Please do your own due diligence. Okay, now that I said that, so what's going on with the Fed? Is he trying? Is that guy trying to like really mess us up or what? I don't get it. You know,
Well,
he's
they want their target inflation rate at 2%, and in order to do that, they're going to have to raise interest rates, which he indicated, which is why the stocks took a tank on Friday. But it's getting to the point where what breaks first, the economy or the banking system or the stock market, or do they make a pause to try to let people catch their breath and see what happens with the inflation? I don't have any answers, and I think it's got a lot of people
concerned.
concerned, very
Yeah.
concerned, because he's definitely being very hawkish with his statement on Friday, saying he's going to have to continue to, he's open to raising rates to get inflation under control. What they're trying to avoid is a replay of what happened in the 70s. And my issue is that they should have done that before. They waited too late. You can't have 0% interest for as long as we had and not have some type of ramifications.
Mm-hmm.
And what bailed them out when everything was starting to spike is all the stimulus that was going on. Again, this is
Yeah.
my opinion. So when you pump money into the economy like that, of course, that's going to cause inflation.
Yeah.
And what did I see now? The consumer credit card debt is up over what, $1.3 trillion now.
Yeah.
So that tells me that people are putting their day-to-day expenses on credit cards, and that's not going to end well.
No, it's not. I mean, interest rates is where they're at already, and then now you're gonna amplify it even more. Ooh,
Yeah, and it's not good because you've got people pulling money out of the bank or moving money from one financial institution and putting it in others. It's at least giving them a decent return.
Yeah.
So the banks are getting squished from both ends because they're holding on to bonds and stuff at a lower interest rate, and so people are pulling their money. They're in a no-win situation.
And there's people, even borrowing, doing like a hard times withdrawal from like 401k plans and everything.
That's
And
not going to end well either.
That's not good. That is not good, because that's there for a reason. That's your future.
I mean, I get it, and there's clauses in there for certain things.
Yeah. Hardship, I think that's what it's called. Hardship.
Yeah, if you got hardship cases. Plus, you got to remember the other shoes dropping with the student loans payments that are going to have to. People are going to have to start paying again, starting October 1st or whatever.
Yeah, started the new fiscal year. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to have to start paying that back. They're already strapped. Companies are laying off to save money because they're losing money because people aren't spending money.
But the job market is still fairly good. I'm using air quotes.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what numbers to trust. Anything that's coming out of the Fed right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. What does they say? 3.5% or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And I think the more realistic number is around 6 or 7.
It could be just like inflation. Inflation. There's two different inflation numbers, right? There's the core and the CPI. One's at like 3.8% and the other one's at 5.4% or something like that. The 5.4% is the one that they want to get down to 2% again.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to have to reevaluate that because if they continue to raise interest rates or the prime rate, which affects the banks and what they're lending, which they're already tightening on what they're lending out. And the biggest, you got the commercial real estate that's coming to a bubble.
Yep.
All those notes are coming due, and that's why a lot of the companies are saying you got to come back to the office. People don't want to go back to the office. We're in a mess, and I just don't know what the solution is. I would think that you might want to revise your core inflation rate to say, okay, we're going to accept 3.5% or something like that, just to give the banks a breather and maybe get a chance to get something underneath them.
Yeah.
But again, it's not that I want, they create this mess for themselves and they keep changing the laws. I mean, how much money does the bank have to hold of depositors' money? Very little, right?
Yeah.
1% or something like that. How much money does the FDIC have for all these bank accounts?
I have no clue, but I bet you it's not enough to cover them all. If banks and credit unions start dropping,
it's not even close. They're going to have to print more money, which perpetuates the whole cycle.
And just to reiterate, he said, print.
Correct. Yeah, there's.
It's I don't know.
Then you look at commercial or real estate or the residential housing market, and they're saying, well, the numbers are bad and inventory and what's out there's lowest it's been in so long. And, some analysts that you watch and listen to, I think last one I heard, the one guy that he's actually called the last like 5 Fed meetings on what the Fed was going to do with the rates. He said that the residential real estate market was going to bottom out at between 10 and 15%, and it hit 11, and then it started coming back. And as of, I think, July numbers, 30% of all houses on the market are still going above ask. That's just because there's very little inventory.
And the inventory, like where I live, the inventory is all the homes, the starting price, especially new construction, they're like way up here. We're talking, minimum is like 250K just just for like a basic house. The days of getting a home that's less than 2K,
Well, the national average is 4.
yeah. I mean, where I live here in this part of
everything's
Alabama,
regional.
yeah,
True.
yeah,
Everything is
but
regional.
it's I'm sitting in essence, I have a $250,000 home plus.
Mr. Boudreau, I completely agree. I don't want to get into the politics of all
Yeah.
this whole thing, but I agree with you on that. It's a mess.
It is. And I think we'll leave it at that. That was that was good insight. And again, ladies and gentlemen, please do your own due diligence when it comes to these.
Please check multiple sources and multiple outlets. Don't just, in my opinion, just don't take what the talking heads on your mainstream media say. Take a look at some foreign services, news wires, and some other things. There's information that's out there to at least give you a broad picture. I'm not saying discount anybody. I listen to everything to get all angles, whether it's slanted one way or the other. There's nobody that's truly completely neutral.
No.
But the only advice that I would like to give, that I think I can say even though I'm not a financial advisor.
Okay.
Pay your credit cards off and try to get out of debt at a bare minimum.
Yes. I think that's sound advice. And you can't get in trouble. In my opinion, yeah. If you're going to get somebody in trouble for saying pay off your debt, okay, then the world is really screwed up, No, I'm serious. Yeah,
well,
really?
I mean, I
really?
know everybody
okay, if I say
their house or their cars and stuff, but at least pay off the credit cards or work on it, or any unsecured loans that you have.
Especially when these interest rates they're already way high, and then now he's going to raise it even higher.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's people are hurting, suffering.
Yeah.
And take care of that stuff and turn it around. Reach out and help those that you can help.
Yeah.
We need more. Okay, soapbox. We need to help. We need to reach out and help more people because there's a lot of people hurting for various reasons, whether it's the market, it's a job situation, or like the people in Maui, with the real awful fires they had there. Help out your local food bank, give blood, find work at a soup kitchen. You don't have helping people does not mean you have to actually spend money per se. Your time, that is the most precious commodity we all have, and giving some of your time to help someone else, that's going to come back twofold, threefold back to you because you're making a difference. Never mind karma and all that stuff. When I help someone, that makes me feel good. And that's a really good feeling to have. So, and this is hard to, so if you have the ability, if you can give, sure. Okay. But time, if you can give your time, go mentor a kid who's in school, who's having a hard time with, the classes they're taking, the boys and girls club, be a mentor to a younger person. Like I said, volunteer, where you can, at your place of worship or at a local, thrift store or something like that. There's all kinds of things out there that we all can do to help others that really
Well,
doesn't this
I agree. I was going to say it goes back to old-fashioned values. Our grandparents, grandparents, from the Depression eras and different things like that. There was a sense of community where people looked out for each other and they helped each other. I think we need more of that. And I
we
agree with you.
definitely.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Okay, off the soapbox. Okay. Hey, Mr. MJ Boudreau, if you are still here, we're going to let me set this up. Hopefully the computer won't crash. Um, just bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. See if we can get this over here.
Remember, share screen.
Yeah, do share screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll work. I might need to see if I can. I got to keep that open. I got to keep that open. Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
That's. Yep.
Now what?
Rainbow pointed this out, and I agree. Save for it. Save up, and if you need something, then you save for it, and then you buy it. Don't just whip out the credit card.
Yeah, definitely stay off of those things.
Yeah.
All right. 2 more clicks, and I think we should be there. All right. Okay. Just set up. Share screen. Okay. Share. All right. Hope this works. Yeah, I probably have too many things open right now. Let's give it a moment to cycle a little bit. Is there anything I could? No, everything that's on needs to be on. Okay. So Mr. MJ Boudreau, I hope you're still here. And what this is, I have his permission to show this. The link is it's pinned in the chat. The link to this video, and I've also put it in the description below. This is Mr. MJ Boudreau using the scientific method with respects to the Halo. See, look at it. He uses the word Halo. I love it. Oh, and this is an awesome video. And like again, I have permission from him to show this. And if you wouldn't mind, at the end of the show, go to this link. Subscribe to his channel, hit that bell notification because he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to numismatic uh, information and knowledge. Because you could give him like a wheat cent, and if it's got a double die or some odd vam or something, he knows. And I'm just amazed at it. And his videos are so wonderful because he'll take, he'll have this quarter, it may have some unique thing that happened to it, and he'll build a video around it, and he'll talk about the history of that coin, or if it's a particular area, he may mention some of the the historical events that happened in the year that coin was minted, and he's pretty good at picking the right music to go along with the video. Sometimes every now and then he gets in a little bluesy jazz kind of rock the house kind of thing. So yeah. So anyway, please head on over and subscribe to his channel, hit the like button, or leave a comment with this video and share it. And Mr. MJ Boudreau, thank you for doing this video. So let's let it roll. here's the picture from SW used, and you can see, what we're talking about here. This halo. Is the actual digital picture of my pre-sale rated coin from NGC. Got it from the NGC registry site. And if you look at the coin, you can see kind of like like a slight haze circle.
For the proof, except for what the dealers probably have graded. But right now, for the uncirculated, it's looking like 69 to just pouring it. So if you can see.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Andy. I can't. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can up the volume. Come on, work with us.
No, I don't think it's going to play nice.
Yeah. Either I have too many windows open, or it's just I don't know. Because I tried it through OBS, and OBS is like, well, I mean, it'll show the video, but it didn't show the sound, or it didn't. See if I can. So turn the captions on. Okay, let's turn the CC on. Man, I wanted to show this because this is such an awesome video. Ah. Work. If FrostByte doesn't start, try to restart your. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't. It's yeah. I'm sorry, folks. I was hoping that I was rehearsing this, in the green room and behind the scenes, and it seemed to work fine until Gen X and I were in, and I was trying, and he couldn't hear the he could see the video, but he couldn't hear the sound. So we had to bring up a third screen through StreamYards, but I guess it's not going to cooperate. So I am so sorry about that. So anyway,
Okay.
Andy, he put the link in the chat. I've also pinned it to the top of the chat as well. It is a great, funny video. And through his efforts with the scientific method, he has discovered what's going on with the halo. And yeah, pokes fun at me and a certain other guy you saw at the beginning of that video, and it's all in good, clean fun. I love it. I appreciate it, and honest, and I'm gonna kind of put Mr. MJ Boudreaux on the spot. I'm trying to get him up on panel here. I really am. I've been trying, because
I hope he would do that, but
because again, his numismatic knowledge is incredible. Watch his videos, folks. I mean, they are fun. You're going to learn something. I've been chatting with him a little bit, email, and he's he knows his stuff. Yeah, Not happening? Oh, boy, I'm going to highlight that. Really? Come on. Come on, man. You don't have to, I'm sure you're a very handsome man, but, if you don't want to, show the ladies this, that's okay. All you got to do is hit the little stop camera and you can have your logo there and talk, with the little, see how it's blinking and all that stuff, it's okay. We respect everyone's privacy and everything. Oh, come on, man. I want you up on panel, you know, I, 'cause, you know, I got like my dad gave me a bunch of coins, and I actually last week because I wasn't sure if SW was going to be able, going to be available to come on so we could talk about the Halo. So anyway, believe it or not, I got a bunch of peace and peace and Morgan dollars, and they were my grandfather's, and I was going to do like a kind of like a show and tell, and I was hoping like you, Mr. MJ, and Andy, and a lot of the folks out in our community, come on in and talk to me about those coins. Am I going to sell them? No, because they're my grandfather's. But it'd be great to share and a great opportunity for me to be able to learn about about them. And having someone like Mr. MJ Boudreaux and his plethora of knowledge, there's the word of the night, plethora. That'd be great. And by the way, Andy says, John, best stop the video. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to keep this guy's name up too, because I want him up on panel too. Mr. Resnick. Put him on spot. I know I have, and I think he has, and we've been talking. It's like, yeah, it'd be a great idea to bring him up on panel too, because his knowledge he's like a Renaissance man. That's the best way I could describe him. He's just got all kinds of experience, whether it's like, here, I'm going to go out on a limb when I say this: literature, coin collecting, languages, history. I think he might have, served in the military. I'm not quite sure about that. But I want Andy Resnick up on panel one night. So I need to work that. I need to figure out what to do. Get Mr. Resnick up on panel. It's not.
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do the best I can. And something else. I've said this before, and I hopefully it's in the description on all these live streams. This live stream is just as much for myself and Mr. X, but it's for you guys as well. You guys want to come up here and show us a coin, or share a story that might might make a difference in someone's life. Please come on up here. This isn't this is for all of us. Because I want that's one of my goals, is to help foster good friendship and fellowship in our coin collecting and precious metal stacking community. I want to use this as a means for us to come together, just as much as coming on here and talking about spot price and what's the Fed doing and all that jazz. Yeah, that's important to we're interested in talking about that stuff because it matters and we want to share. But also, I want everybody to come up and let's talk, tell a joke. Hey, you got a joke, Mr. X?
Not anything that I want to share on a family-friendly program.
So 3 engineers walk into a bar, electrical, mechanical, and civil engineer. And a lot of you probably heard this joke, but I'm going to continue. So 3 of them are debating what type of engineer the guy upstairs is, right? So the electrical engineer, since we're, our egos are this big, would immediately speak up. It's like, no, the human body, look at the human body as our example. Look at the human body. It is the fastest computational computer out there. It's an organic computer. So God is an electrical engineer. The mechanical speaks up, says, no, buddy, you got it wrong. Using the same example, the human body, look at the muscles, look at the skeletal structure and how the muscles connect to the bones, and it's able to make these motions, and we're able to use our opposing thumbs to build things. So the good Lord is definitely a mechanical engineer. All right, The civil engineer, he's chill, he's relaxed, takes a sip, looks at him. Oh, both you guys are wrong. God is a civil engineer. You know why? Only he can make a waste disposal area double as a recreational zone. You wish your stream deck was working, right? You could either go to, but knowing you probably giving it wah, wah, wah.
I don't have any comment.
And I think I lost 5 views or viewers or something.
You did.
Yeah, I thought, yeah. According to the graph here, yeah, I was like, oh God, I've heard this joke. Have a nice night. They left. Oh, anyway, yeah, we reached the 1 hour point, and want to thank you, Mr. Gen X, for joining up on panel, and you had to jump through a lot of hoops to get some your computer and something set up to join us, and I really appreciate you being here. And
No problem.
glad to say made it to the new home, to the new digs in one piece. We're all thankful for that, and thank you everyone for joining us tonight. And I hope it was entertaining and a little bit fun. And again, go out and watch Mr. MJ Boudreaux's video. That's just an awesome video. I love it.
Yeah.
In fact, just to fill everyone in, he sent me, like a private link to it to watch it, before, he, debuts it. And I just, oh God, I was laughing. It was awesome. And I wrote back to him and I said, awesome, post the video. It's a great video. So please watch this video. Leave a comment with it. Hit that hit that thumbs up button for the video. Subscribe to his channel, and hit that bell notification, because his stuff is awesome. Great content that he makes. It's just so much fun. And one day I'm going to get him up on panel. Anyway,
thanks for having me up.
What's that?
I said thanks for having me up, and it's about ready for me to go back to bed and get some more rest from that drive with my back. So everybody, it's good seeing everybody again, or seeing the chat. And until next time, 73.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. Again, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. Hope it was entertaining. Hope it was fun. I apologize for the technical stuff, but you got the link. Check out Mr. MJ Boudreaux's video. And thank you, Mr. MJ Boudreaux, for making that video. It's insightful, and it's entertaining, and it's fun all at the same time. So please watch that video. Having said that, remember the first law of thermodynamics: energy is neither created nor destroyed, rather altered in form. Therefore, transform your energy into a force for good.